Underground Bare Knuckle fighter Joe Savage once offered Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno to fight on the same night. Joe Savage also claimed a bare knuckle record of 42 victories, all by knockout. And in 1994, he challenged a faded but dangerous heavyweight professional smoking Bert Cooper. Now, a year before this fight, there was a tournament called the People's Choice World Heavyweight Super Fights, which was held in St. Louis, Missouri. It had $1 million prize money to the winner. It was a 16-man tournament, and you fight 3-round fights, and the winner of the whole tournament gets the $1 million. Very similar to Prize Fighter, which I was lucky to fight in the UK against James Toney. The competitors range from ex-heavyweight contenders and Mike Tyson victims like Tony Tubbs, Tyrell Biggs, Bone Crusher Smith and Jose Ribalta. In fact, Jose Ribalta stopped Britain's own Derek Williams in that very tournament. You also had novice pros, up-and-coming pros. You even had last-minute replacements that were pulled out of the audience that had no training that got involved in the show. And Joe Savage was supposed to be part of the tournament. He went over there and allegedly watched some of the professional sparring, saw how tough it was, and pulled out of the show and disappeared. But that show, that tournament, is a whole other video by itself. Anyways, getting back to Joe Savage. So the following year, 1994, Joe Savage challenged Bert Cooper. Bert Cooper was a faded 38, but still a dangerous force in the heavyweight division. He'd been a contender in the 80s and 90s, fighting a lot of the top heavyweights. Bert Cooper had fought George Foreman, Michael Moorer, Riddick Bowe, and he had technically floored the granite-chinned Evander Holyfield, who, as we know, was a warrior and only ever got stopped by 2 people, which were Riddick Bowe and James Toney. So that's a testament to Bert Cooper's punch power to be able to effectively floor Holyfield. Holyfield fought back on as he does and won the fight, but it's a testament to Bert Cooper's punch power. So Joe Savage versus Bert Cooper, here's the fight.
Boxing bare knuckle since he was 12. He challenged Lennox Lewis and Frank Bruno on the same night. Winner of 42 bare knuckle bouts, all by knockout. Weighing in 230 pounds, from Winsbury, England, Joe Lethal Weapon Savage. This next young man, This young man was the first to knock down Evander Holyfield. He fought Michael Moorer in one of the best heavyweight fights ever. One of the heaviest punchers in the heavyweight division. He's here tonight, weighing in 230 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Smoking Bert Cooper.
Now, I will say this, I'm never disrespectful about anybody who steps in the ring, anyone who fights, because it takes a lot of courage to get in the ring, whether you're amateur, whether you're white collar, whether you're unlicensed, whether you're a professional boxer, whether you're kickboxing, MMA, any combat sport. I respect anyone who gets in and has the courage to fight. So I will never disrespect Joe Savage. He had the balls to get in there and fight Bert Cooper, a dangerous heavyweight opponent. Not only that, I respect the fact that he got up from the first knockdown and still threw a lot of leather at Bert Cooper, even though he was under fire and he took a few more shots, he still fired back under a lot of pressure. So that takes even more bottle. So I do take my hat off to him. Yes, he was levels, miles and miles and miles of levels below Bert Cooper in terms of skill, but he had a lot of heart. He had a massive amount of heart. And it makes me think, was he actually the bare knuckle champion he said he was? I can see him being hard to beat against your average fighters on the street in a bare knuckle fight, because he looked like he had a lot of heart. He had a bit of speed for 17 stone, 16.5 stone. But the 42 fights, 42 knockout record that he claimed, I personally think there may be a bit of embellishment. I can't be certain. Maybe there's embellishment there. Let me know what you think. But I'm interested to know any more about Joe Savage, because there's nothing I can find about him apart from that particular tournament. He was from the Black Country. He's from UK. So anyone that knows anything about Joe Savage, let me know. I do remember reading about him in the newspapers back in the day, and there was articles on Lenny McLean, and I remember seeing articles on Joe Savage. And yeah, he always stayed in my mind. So talking of pro boxers that are getting into bare knuckle, which seems to be happening quite a lot nowadays, I personally think it's all down to the individual fighter, because not all pro boxers are going to make good bare knuckle fighters. Some probably will. It's all down to the individual, I believe, because I do know a boxer who tried bare knuckle, and he said it was the worst thing he'd ever done. He said the pain level was totally different. It's very, very uncomfortable for him. But then I imagine you put someone like a Mike Tyson, obviously I personally think he would beat anyone in bare knuckle fist fight, because Mike Tyson was a street fighter, wasn't scared to throw bare knuckles at people, wasn't scared to be hit as well. So he had that in him. So boxers going into bare knuckle, yeah, you're going to get some successful ones if they're more skilled and they've got the heart, can withstand the pain. And it is BKFC and all the big bare knuckle organisations now are doing really well, because people like that, the rawness, the grittiness, the toughness of it all. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments anyway. And thank you to all my subscribers. I just want to say a big thank you to the new subscribers, and to all my old subscribers, everyone who watches the channel. Really means a lot, especially the likes, the comments and the shares. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.